Hi guys, my name is naveenex21. My register number is URK17CS021. I'm going to talk about the C++ programs discussed in my C++ lab. So today's exercise is function and structures. So my first program is a complex structure which is given by the name this. And as you can see, I've made a structure complex which has the value real and imaginary. And I've given two objects C1 and C2. And I've given two functions, subtraction and division. In the main function, what I've done is I've asked for the complex numbers first real part, which is given as C1.real, and the first complex numbers imaginary part, and same for the second one also. And then I've called the function of subtraction and division for these two objects. So as we below, we can see that in the subtraction function, what we do basically is we took two integer variables a and b, and we subtracted the thing a equals c1 dot real minus c2 dot real, because in a complex function the real part can only be subtracted with each other and the imaginary part can be subtracted with each other separately. You cannot subtract them continuously. So, and I have given the output subtraction equals a plus I gives b. Now the division, I have done the same thing. A equals c1 dot real by c2 dot real, b equals c1 dot imagine by c2 dot imagine, and I have given the output. Now let's see if it's correct or not. I'm compiling it. 06. It is asking for the real part of the complex number. I am giving it 12, and the imaginary part will be 6. The real part of the second will be suppose 3, and this will be imaginary part second will be 2. Let's see. The subtraction is 12 minus 3, which is 9, and I will be 6 minus 2 is I4, and division is 12 by 3 is 4, and as you can see it is correct. Now we are moving on to the next program, which is of function of power. In this program, what we have done is we have we have initialized, declared a power function having int and double as arguments, double equals 2. Now we are asking for we are asking the number whose power is to be found, and we are asking the number, and we're giving an option that if the user wants to give the power of which he wants the number to be raised, or else we can give the square of the number. So you have to choose y or n in this part, then only you'll get the answer. The If you choose n, the square of the number will be the power of n, which will be 2, the n square basically. And if we are giving the value, then the power will be stored p, and the result will be called to the function. And now we are going to the initialization of the function, definition of the function. Now we can see the concept of recursion is used here. See, as you can see, if b equals 1, return a. If b is 1, then it will return a directly. Else, return a of power a comma b minus 1. What this function does is, it goes repeatedly to here, until and unless my b becomes 1. As you can see, my p is b. Suppose I give power as 4, so it will show a into 4, a comma 4. Now it comes b minus 1 3, then b minus 1 2, b minus 1. If my b equals 1, it will directly return a. Thus, this function compiles. Let's see if it's correct or not. I'm compiling it. It's giving a warning. Enter the this asks basically which number you want the power to be raised. I'll give 12, and I want the power. Yes, I'll ask for cube, 12 cube, because I don't know. The answer is 1728. Okay. Now I'm gonna ask another number 3, and I don't want this time the power to be enter. I don't want the power. I don't want to enter the power. Sorry. So it will show me the square. It shows the square of the number is 9. And finally, the last program of this session is void swap. VI swap. So, yeah. As you can see in this question, basically what we have to do is uh, we have to declare a function named swap of int, float, and double. Basically, what I'm doing is I'm function overloading here. That's the basic concept of this question. So I'm declaring two variables in which I'm asking for values. AB is int, CDI is float, EF is double, and char C for the switch case. And I'm asking which case you want. So in this part, the user gets the value for the swapping, and as it gets the value, it calls the swapping function. For instance, if I go to F, which means float, so I have floating values here. So this will go to float float, not int int, not double double. Similarly, the int values will go to int, not float or double. That's how this thing works. Now the basic swapping function is that I'm giving a temporary variable 0 and I'm giving temp equals a equals b equals temp, and I'm showing the values here. So let's see if my function overloading works perfect or not. I want the number to be integer. Enter two values. I want it to be 20 and 56. Before swapping, it is showing 20, 56. After swapping, it is showing a equals 56, b is 20. Thank you.